Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I am back in the house for a little while. But I wanted to talk to you today about my Amazon Flex, my first time doing a Whole Foods run. And would I do it again? Okay. The run was from 8 to 9:30 a.m. and it was paying 28.50 an hour, 28.50 for the run for an hour and a half plus tips. But I don't know how many tips. I don't know how much in tips I received. I have no idea. But okay. So let me just start by saying I finished at 10:02. Now the reason is one, of course I arrived at the Whole Foods early. I was there like 30 minutes early. But I checked in and the app told me to wait until we find an order. So I'm saying, oh my goodness. You know how I did the other pickup at that shopping center? It was for an hour, but I had to wait. And the one before, I did one delivery and I was free to go. And that was a 2 hour. I got paid for like 45 minutes. The next one, it was an hour shift and I had to wait the entire hour out. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm gonna have to wait until 9:30. Yes, matter of fact, it sent a note and said you'll have to wait till 9:30. So at about 8:20, it said that I had an order. Okay, so that's 8:20. I'm supposed to get off at 9:30, right? Okay, so I get my basket and I go inside, find out where the items are, and you just like, what am I supposed to do here? But they have a freezer. Okay, they all look like, if you've ever, looks like a freezer section of a store. Okay, but they have a freezer section, they have a chiller section, and they have shelf. So like canned goods would be on the shelf, paper towels, water products, blah blah blah. In the chiller, I guess it would be like your some certain produce or certain like yogurt or butter, and then the freezer would be like frozen food items. Okay. So I'm in there scanning and scanning. It said that I would have 27 packages but only 6 stops. So, of course, the basket was not big enough. So I had to go out the store all the way out, get another basket, come back, scan. I now know the different freezer, chiller, shelf. Because when you first get in there, you don't know what you're doing. There was another Amazon lady there as well, and this was her first day, and we both learned together because she said she noticed the door labels, like she saw the labels and could tell the freezer, chiller, shelf, but she was saying there was nothing to scan on the bags. When actuality, there was a little Q code that I found. I was like, well, they have a little Q code. When I scanned it, she said, oh, thank you. So we ended up kind of helping each other. Okay, she had a little few things. She had less than 10 items and was gone on out the door. So I had 27. Okay, so now I got my stuff. And I left the store before 9 o'clock. I'm going to say 8:40. Let's just say 8:40. So the first one was an apartment where they wanted it in a locker. And when I arrived, I asked the person that lived there, she said, okay, you should go through that door, make a right, make a left, and you'll see the room. And then there was another Amazon guy delivering packages. And he was like, nah, we need to come to this door. Because it was two doors across the street from each other. Which I knew I should have listened to the lady. But he was like, no, we come over here. He was putting his code in the thing, never could get in. But on the door, on the one he picked, it said go across the street. Okay, so we got uh eventually what happened is residents let us into the building. So went in, we made the left, we made the right, we made another right and got into the room, and then we put the code in and you deliver the package into the locker. So that was nice. I brought my wagon with me, which I'm glad that I did because one person had 11 bags. Two people had 5 bags. 11 was the biggest, yeah. But he had like a box, and then he had an alcoholic beverage. Now, I don't want to deliver alcohol beverages, and I noticed like on Dash or Uber, you could say you don't want to deliver that because I don't want to be checking people's IDs. I don't want to be involved in that. But with the Whole Foods, they don't give you the option. Okay, so this is the person's home with 11 items. So I get there. When he opens up the door, he shows me his ID. Now, this is my first time because I don't know. First time. So I said, okay, he was born in 70, so I know he's over 21. So I started unloading my wagon, but I told him I need to come back because I do have a couple of more packages. I didn't want to stack people's bags on top of each other. I don't want to do that, you know. And so when I went back, I got the bags and I set those out, and he was taking them in as I was giving them to him. And then, guys, it asks you who did you meet. Did you meet this person? They have a person's name. They tell you check the person's ID. And I told him, thank you, have a good day. But when I cut the corner, it says scan his ID. So now I got to go back. Luckily, they had a window where they could see, because I could see the wife sitting like at the table having breakfast. And so he came back to the door, and I said, "Oh, Mr. Flores, I apologize. I need to take a picture of your ID." So I'm trying to scan it, and then eventually it worked. So I finished, like I said, I think it was like 10:02, and I didn't go far, guys. I think the whole thing was in within 10 miles, which I think is good. If you don't want to go far, because you getting groceries and you may get frozen food items, they can't send you 20 miles away. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that they would do that. So I traveled less than 10 miles, which was the only good thing about that Whole Foods and why I might consider it. I do not want to be checking people's ID. That is a part of the process if you are delivering alcohol. I know that, but I don't want to deliver alcohol. Okay, I just don't want to do that. So that would be my reason why I don't do another whole food order, is because I don't want to have to even take the chance of having to deliver alcohol. But other than that, you know that you're not going to be going that far, because if you have frozen food and 6 stops, there's no way. You know what I'm saying? I had 6 stops, and it went fairly fast. And like I said, it was less than 10 miles. But the other thing is, it took me a total. It took my from 8 to 10:02. That's 2 hours and 2 minutes. So really, the pay was like $14 an hour. I think it was 28.50, guys. So that was like 14.25 an hour, and I wouldn't dare pick a block that's only paying $14 an hour. I would never do that. So that's another reason why I might not do it. Like I said, I don't know how many tips I have received because I can't see it, and I think it takes time for it to come into it. But uh, it was an easy run, pretty easy. But when they don't have the order ready or they have you wait, that's not good, because especially if they end up giving you order, you're going to go beyond your time. Now, I did see they gave me until 11 a.m. to deliver all the items. They had extended delivery time because they did make me late, starting. But I don't think my pay is going to change I don't think the pay changes. You get what you get on the block, and it's plus tips when you do Whole Food. So that was this morning. And this afternoon, I chose a block in Daytona. It's about an hour away from me. So I don't mind. It's Saturday. And guys, it's like 55 degrees when I went outside today. You see, I got on my long sleeve. Oh my goodness gracious. Am I back in Maryland? What in the world? So it's only a 3.5 block and it's paying $75.50. So that's pretty good. That's like $25 an hour. $25 and some change an hour. So that's good. And I don't have nothing going on. And it ends at 6 o'clock. So it's a little, because it will be dark. It starts getting dark about 5:45. So it's a good ending time, 2:30 to 6. So I'll let y'all know how that goes. And I bought my placards, the like a frequent stop. So I'll put them on my car and try to show you the ones that I purchased. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.